Evening. Welcome everyone to Visual Radio. Visual Radio Live, actually. We have two shows. One is studio, and about a year and a half ago we started this live show, and I am happy to introduce to you Mr. Scratch from the Boston Babydolls. Hello, Mr. Scratch.
Hello, Joe.
I've been promising Mr. Scratch to be on the show for like 5 years now.
It's about right.
Here we are.
Here we are.
That we were that backlog. We had that many guests, Scratch.
Oh, it's terrific that you're so popular.
Gilbert Gottfried and Gallagher, and they all came in here and sat where you're sitting.
Well, it doesn't seem to be any banana or a watermelon on the seat.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, Gallagher is in the news. He's trending on Yahoo because he had a third heart attack.
Oh,
So good thoughts out to Gallagher.
sure.
Funny guy. You just came back from New York, and
I did. New York City.
take my hat off to you for driving.
Well, I had to be here.
So 5 hours, 6?
It was close to 6 hours. The traffic getting out of New York City was pretty bad.
It's always a gamble.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. But I'm actually from New York City originally. Don't hold that against me, Boston. I grew up there.
So do you like the Jets or the Giants?
Actually, I'm not a big sports fan. So, I mean, I think if I had to pick one, I think probably the Jets. But
Tim Tebow and Mark Sanchez, it'll be an interesting, they have a name for that when there's two quarterbacks, quarterback feud or something.
sure.
I forget the name. I should know these things, but it's my age.
Oh. Well, you
People
got-
watch me week after week, my memory deteriorates.
You said we got a sports guy calling in tonight, right?
Sometimes
Sometimes.
Johnny Byers calls in.
Well, you can ask him when he calls.
Yeah, there you go. So, how was New York? Did you have fun?
I did. I mean, it was a whirlwind tour. Left Boston yesterday morning about 5:30 in the morning, and
I've
was
been
back
there.
was back in time for dinner.
I just did it, same thing as you. It
Yeah.
was 4:30. The cab got me at 5, and it was March 2nd, Lou Reed's birthday.
Huh?
So I
Happy
sent
birthday,
Lou
Lou.
a birthday card. Yeah,
Yeah.
70.
Wow.
And then the next day was Buzzy Linhart's birthday, and he's a frequent co-host. Do you know Buzzy?
I don't.
Got to have friends.
Oh, sure. Another song.
He wrote that for Bette Midler. Worked with Carly Simon. I might see about getting Buzzy a book. So it was his birthday on the 3rd, so send everyone birthday cards from New York. We're going to talk to you, but let's see. Hello. Johnny Byers.
How are you?
Good. Say hi to Mr. Scratch.
Hi, Mr. Scratch. How
Hey,
are you?
hey, Johnny, very
The
good.
name you were trying to think of is Tim Tebow and Mike Sanchez.
No, I knew the names, Johnny.
Oh.
What's the term? Not a...
Quarterback controversy.
Thank you.
There we go.
I called it a quarterback feud. Scratch knew that you would
Well,
know.
It could be that way too, because the fact of the matter is, it would be a feud between the Sanchez fans and the Tebow fans.
So, Johnny, have you ever seen burlesque?
No, I've heard about it though.
All right, so Mr. Scratch has a burlesque troupe, and I want them to do the Super Bowl next year.
Oh, the Super Bowl. Yeah, we'd be
I
happy
don't
to.
think so.
You work that out for
I
us.
don't think so. They just took a gamble on Madonna this year, and you think they're going to put a burlesque
That was
show in the
burlesque.
Super Bowl?
In the true sense of burlesque. Well, a couple years back, Janet Jackson did some impromptu burlesque at the
That's
Super Bowl.
thing. Remember, but now for people like me and you guys, you would like in the years past you've had Bruce Springsteen, you've had Paul McCartney do the Super Bowl, you had U2 do the Super Bowl, and a couple of the older acts from the 50s. Now that we're getting into, now that they're taking a gamble on the younger acts, because remember this now, in 2014, the Super Bowl is going to be in New York, and they'll want a younger demographic coming in for the halftime show. So this is going to bring the P. Diddy's and all those people out, and they wanted to do this so-called test with Madonna to see how this would work. Now, if it works, we'll see more of that, because then in a couple of more years, the Super Bowl is probably going to end up being in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans playing. You know what's in Tennessee? Country music.
Right. But you saying that they want to bring out the younger folks? You don't think the older folks like country music?
They try with the Super Bowl halftime show. They try to basically kowtow to both parties, both younger and older. Now, of course, the Janet Jackson thing helped them because for a number of years after that, they were bringing in the older acts to sort of to smooth over the hurt feelings. Because remember, there was a shot of CBS getting fined for what happened.
Yeah,
a major fine.
As though it were CBS's fault.
Oh yeah, but it went over CBS's airwaves, so it was a CBS program. So CBS is the carrier of the game. So naturally, they were going to get hit with the major fine until Janet Jackson first said it was a mistake, and then weeks later she said she deliberately did it because of she had a concert tour coming up and she wanted to sell more tickets.
Well, you know, they say that there's no such thing as bad publicity, right, Johnny?
Of course, there isn't. I mean, look at the publicity that the Madonna got doing the Super Bowl this year.
Sure.
And it went quite well, except for one little foul-up where that one singer that was performing with the bird, I guess it was.
Oh.
And they didn't like that. But otherwise, the performance went well, and there's a possibility that you may see more mainstream acts that show up for the younger demographic.
Right. I don't know if Madonna's there for the.
They're going to really get a younger demographic is to put the Super Bowl on early enough. Same with all the Major League Baseball. Same thing with them. If they want to get a younger demographic and get younger fans watching, they got to have the Super Bowl on at an earlier time so that it ends at an earlier time.
Yeah. What do you think, Johnny? They're going to start doing a halftime show at the World Series?
No. In other words, they've been talking for years about having the World Series games start earlier than 8 o'clock because they want a younger demographic. They want the young kids to be able to watch the games. But the network who runs the broadcast wants to show the game after 8 o'clock.
Sure.
And so there's a fight between the parties that want to see earlier games and the party that doesn't.
Hey, Johnny.
Yes.
Are there any sports games on tonight?
Yeah, the Bruins are playing tonight. I don't know. I'll check the score on that. I know the Celtics played last night, and they had another tight win. The Red Sox played today, and they lost.
Because we're going to have, I have to really get back to scratch.
Okay.
But I appreciate the update, man.
It's 0-0 in the second inning. In the second period.
All right, thanks, Johnny Byers.
Nice
That
guy.
was kind of he's a great guy. He calls in every week, and he's John from Medford on 98.5 and WEEI.
Okay.
So on those two sports channels, he's
Yeah.
pretty notorious.
Sure.
In a good way.
Yeah, right.
And when he ran for mayor, they both endorsed him, both radio stations endorsed him for mayor. But here we are. So this is a little fun that we have on visual radio.
I'm looking